What is up, everyone? Welcome to my video. If you've clicked on this one, you're probably thinking about trying out intermittent fasting. You're either doing intermittent fasting or you're just interested in it, and it's clearly, well, to be honest with you, if I had made this video probably 3 years ago, it would have gone a lot better. But I'm behind the ball game a little bit, but I do use intermittent fasting myself. I have used it probably for the best part of the last 2 years, especially when I'm trying to drop body weight or drop body fat. And there's certain things that you need to keep consistent with it to be successful. There's also certain risks that you run using intermittent fasting, as far as binging at the end of the night and things like that. So I'm just going to quickly run through you guys my experience, how I use it, and you can make up your mind from there. So intermittent fasting, I first heard of basically when Twin Muscle Workout, TMW, first came out probably 4 years ago, and they used intermittent fasting to cut down and get shredded for the first time in their lives, I think. So I saw that, and I at that stage I didn't even realize the notion of calories in versus calories out. So I mean, at the end of the day, behind intermittent fasting and getting results with intermittent fasting, you need to be in a caloric deficit, obviously. So myself, once I start eating, I find it extremely hard to stop, especially if it's something nice. So the way I use intermittent fasting is I'll wake up in the morning. Usually I'll wake up no more than an hour before work, so I don't have too much time to think about things. I'll get a caffeinated drink of my choice, so that's either a fat burner, it might be a coffee, something like that. Usually it's a coffee, or Amino Energy is my other top supplement that I really enjoy, which is by Optimum Nutrition. So anything with caffeine in it, basically, what that will do is blunt my appetite and give me the energy I need to get through the first part of the day without consuming any food. So I'll easily, go 5-6 hours, even 7 hours in the morning without consuming any food. And people are scared. I don't know what you're scared of. Like, are you afraid that you're not going to have the brain power to function on no food? Well, coming from me, coming from personal experience, it's obviously not going to be the same for everyone, but I feel sharp, man. I feel really sharp in the mornings. If I go and smash myself with a lot of carbs first thing in the morning, not only do I feel sluggish, but I also feel even more hungry 2 or 3 hours later. So if I don't have anything, that hunger goes and it stays away. And if I get up at 7, 8 o'clock in the morning, come 2 or 3 o'clock, I am pretty fucking hungry. And what I usually do is, depending on when I'm actually working out that day, let's say I'm finishing work at 5, I'm working out at 6, I'll start eating around about the 2 or 3 o'clock mark so that I can have 1 or 2 good meals before I go and train. So the worst thing you want to do, the worst, I find myself doing this sometimes, and I'm like, why the fuck did I do that? Is going through going through those first 6 or 7 hours of the day, not eating, having a workout planned, later on in the day, and not getting the nutrition in before you work out that you need for that workout. So the danger you run with intermittent fasting is your performance can drop if you don't structure your intake of calories around the time you train. So regardless of what day it is, I'll most probably spend the first 5 or 6 hours of the day without eating. I'll have 1 or 2 meals before I train, and then I'll have the majority of my calories after I train or at night when you do go out for dinner, you do go over to a friend's place, you do have dessert and things like that. So what it allows me to do is function really well in the first part of the day, still structure my nutrition around my workout, but most importantly, it allows me to eat the majority of my calories at night, and that's when I enjoy eating. If I go to bed satisfied, it's a lot better than going to bed hungry, right? So if I space my meals out all throughout the day, stopped eating at 7 or 8 o'clock at night, I'd be going to bed, relatively hungry, and that is a feeling I can't deal with. I just can't. And when I'm cutting, I realize that there are going to be times when you have to go to bed hungry. So what I do, I flip it around and I go hungry first thing in the morning and go to bed satisfied because I've eaten most of my calories late at night. So I know I've been rambling, but that's how I do it. Yeah, there have been far-fetched claims thrown around that I've heard of, people saying that, if you fast for 24 hours, your human growth hormone production can be boosted by, 1,000% or something like that. Hey, I've gone 24 hours fasted. It's too long. It really is. I've done a couple of videos on 24-hour fasts actually, and if you could do a consistent 24-hour fast every 2 days, man, you'd be getting shredded real fast. But that was way too long for me, especially if you're trying to include a workout of sorts on a day where you don't eat anything at all. Man, it's just counterproductive. So, the main goal in bodybuilding, guys, is to first build the muscle and put on the body fat, and then the art of bodybuilding is to cut the fat and maintain the muscle, right? So you got to get as lean as possible with the most amount of muscle as possible. Now, that's the art of bodybuilding, and if you can use intermittent fasting to your advantage to help you do that, well, by all means, I say go for it. Right now it's 12 o'clock, it's midday, I got up at 8. All I've had is probably a total of about 2 to 250 milligrams of caffeine, with a coffee and then with a amino drink. And I'm feeling fine. I'm not hungry at all. But I mean, in saying that, I ate right up until I went to bed last night. Obviously still staying under my certain amount of calories per day that I want to stay under, but at the end of the day, I wake up and I'm not hungry, and I can push through. So that's how I use it. It's worked well for me. At the end of the day, guys, you can't let yourself binge at the end at night. If you go through the first part of the day till 2 o'clock, don't start eating a shitload. Just have a couple of small meals, especially before you train. You don't want to eat heaps. So I find that if I take in, 50 grams of carbs and 50 grams of protein, once or twice before I go and train, I feel like that's enough for me. For you, it might be different. I'm not sure, depending on what your current calories, what your current macro limits are. Right now, I'm probably aiming for around about 2,500 calories. I am cutting. That is a good amount for me to cut on. I'm still satisfied, especially when I have most of my meals at the end of the day. So whatever calorie amount you're on, whether it be 2,000, fucking 3,000, whatever, clearly you still have to stick to that. So use a 24-hour period to calculate your total calories and macros. Don't use 2-hour periods or 6-hour periods, because you're going, if you fast till 2, eat till 10, that's 8 hours eating. That's a 16-hour fast every single day. So yeah, not even in 24-hour blocks. Do it in 48-hour blocks. So let's say you got 2,500 calories a day. That means you've got 5,000 calories that you can consume in every 48 hours. So maybe that'll make it easier. I mean, I've heard of people do it weekly. Maybe one day they'll smash their calories. They'll go like 4,000, 5,000 when they're only meant to be having 2,500, but then they'll peg it back over the next 6 days. And at the end of the week, they've still lost weight. So it's up to you how you do it. That's just a little bit of information from me to you. I hope it's made sense. I hope I haven't rambled too much. I'll probably cut a little bit of it out. So anyways, subscribe for more. Give us a like. That it means more than you know. And I'll definitely be doing more videos like this in the future. So for now, have a great day, train hard, make some gains, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace. Reaching